How to comment on emergency rulemaking actions by California state agencies in compliance with the California Administrative Procedure Act, presented by the Office of Administrative Law. One of the primary goals of the Administrative Procedure Act is meaningful public participation in the rulemaking process. Accordingly, the emergency rulemaking process allows for a limited 5-calendar-day public comment period for the public to comment on proposed emergency rulemaking actions. Please keep in mind, pursuant to Government Code Section 6707, a public comment period cannot end on a weekend or a holiday. If the fifth day of the public comment period falls on a weekend or a holiday, you will have until the next business day to submit your comment. To initiate the emergency rulemaking process, a rulemaking agency will issue a notice of proposed emergency rulemaking action at least 5 working days prior to submitting the emergency rulemaking action to our office. At least 5 working days after issuance of the notice, the rulemaking agency will submit the emergency rulemaking action to us for review. We will post the proposed emergency rulemaking action on our website. This initiates the 5-calendar-day public comment period. In order for us to consider your public comment on a proposed emergency rulemaking action, there are 4 requirements that must be met. Those requirements are found in subsections B1 through B4 of Section 55 of Title I of the California Code of Regulations. Please note, some rulemaking agencies have requirements related to emergency rulemakings that are unique to that particular agency. Additionally, in rare circumstances, we may approve an emergency rulemaking action without public comment if the emergency situation clearly poses such an immediate serious harm that delaying action to allow public comment would be inconsistent with the public interest. Emergency comments, the 4 requirements. First, your comment must be submitted in writing. Comments should be submitted to our reference attorney by email, mail, or fax. Second, your comment must be received within 5 calendar days after the emergency rulemaking action is posted on our website. To determine when an emergency rulemaking action has been submitted to our office and posted on our website, go to www.oal.ca.gov. Click on the rulemaking process icon at the top of the web page and select Emergency Rulemaking Process. Next, click the link to Emergency Regulations under Review, and you will be directed to the list of proposed emergency regulations currently under review. This web page will list the date the emergency rulemaking action was submitted to our office for review, the file number assigned to the proposed emergency rulemaking action, the name of the rulemaking agency, the subject of the proposed emergency rulemaking action, the title and sections of the California Code of Regulations affected in the proposed emergency rulemaking action, and the rulemaking agency contact person to whom you should send your comment. This list is updated daily to reflect any new proposed emergency rulemaking actions that have been submitted to our office for review. Remember, don't submit your comment to our office or the rulemaking agency until you see the proposed emergency rulemaking action listed on this web page. Third, your comment must contain a notation that it is submitted in connection with an emergency rulemaking action and identify the topic of the emergency rulemaking action. It is also helpful to include the file number assigned to the emergency rulemaking action. Fourth, your comment must be submitted to our office and to the rulemaking agency's contact person. The name of the rulemaking agency's contact person will be listed on our website. Don't forget to send your comment to our office and the rulemaking agency. Public comments, when the comment period closes. After the public comment period closes, the rulemaking agency will decide whether to prepare a rebuttal or response to any public comments. The Administrative Procedure Act does not require rulemaking agencies to respond to public comments received during the public comment period. However, Agencies may choose to provide a written response to any public comments if time permits. Any response provided by the rulemaking agency will be considered by our office when determining whether to approve or disapprove the proposed emergency rulemaking action. We have 10 calendar days to complete our review of the proposed emergency rulemaking action. To ensure you receive notice of any proposed emergency rulemaking actions by a rulemaking agency, make sure you are signed up for the rulemaking agency's mailing list. Each rulemaking agency maintains its own mailing list, so you will need to reach out to the rulemaking agency directly to be added to its mailing list. We cannot add you to another rulemaking agency's mailing list. If you have specific questions about the emergency rulemaking process, please contact our reference attorney at staff@oal.ca.gov.